That email that ruined your morning. It was blank until your mind wrote the story. What if I told you every single thing that bothers you today exists because of thoughts you're not even aware you're thinking? This might sound abstract, but stick with me, because in the next few minutes, we're going to see exactly how your thoughts create the world you experience, not the other way around. Instead of the world determining what you see, your mind's interpretation shapes everything you perceive. And once you really grasp this, something remarkable happens. You stop being a victim of circumstances and discover you can change how you see everything. We'll explore this together, and at the end, we'll settle into a guided meditation to let this understanding sink in beyond just intellectual knowing. Your mind is like wearing tinted glasses that you've forgotten you put on. Every color you see, the angry red of that text message, the gray disappointment of a cancelled plan, isn't actually out there in the world. It's the color of the lens you're looking through. Think about Sarah. She opens her laptop on Friday night to find her boss sent a message at 11 p.m. "We need to talk tomorrow." Instantly, her stomach drops. The room feels smaller. Her breathing gets shallow. She's getting fired. She knows it. She can already see herself clearing out her desk, explaining to her family, updating her resume. The weekend becomes a wasteland. Saturday's brunch tastes like cardboard. She can't focus on the movie her partner picked. Sunday morning, she's awake at 4 a.m., replaying every mistake she's made in the last 6 months. That presentation where she stumbled. The report she turned in late. The meeting where she disagreed with her boss's idea. By the time Monday arrives, Sarah has lived through her firing 100 times. She's exhausted, defeated, already grieving a job she still has. She walks into her boss's office with her shoulders tight, her jaw clenched, ready for the blow. "Thanks for coming in," her boss says. "I wanted to discuss your promotion." Same 7 words. "We need to talk tomorrow," but Sarah's thoughts had painted them with fear, creating an entire world of suffering that existed nowhere but in her mind. We've all been Sarah. Maybe not with that exact email, but with something. A tone in someone's voice that we decided was disappointment. A delayed response that we interpreted as rejection. A look across the room that we were certain meant judgment. Here's what's startling: the events themselves were neutral. Completely neutral. "We need to talk" is just 4 words arranged in a particular order. A delayed text response is just time passing. That look might have been someone lost in thought about their grocery list. But our minds are meaning-making machines. They can't help but fill in the blanks, write the story, assign the intention. And we're so good at it, so fast at it, that we don't even notice we're doing it. The interpretation feels like it's coming from outside us. It feels like the email itself is threatening, like the silence itself is rejection. This is where those tinted glasses come in. We're not seeing the world as it is. We're seeing the world as we are, through the lens of our fears, our past experiences, our expectations. The remarkable thing is, once you realize you're wearing these glasses, something shifts. You start to catch yourself in the act. There's a moment, and you'll know it when it happens, where you catch your mind creating meaning in real time. Maybe it's tomorrow morning when your partner doesn't respond to something you said. And you watch your mind start writing, "They're upset with me. It's because of what I said yesterday. They're pulling away, but this time, something's different." This time, you notice what's happening. You see the story being written, and for just a second, you step back from it. You realize, wait, they might just be thinking about their day. Or they didn't hear me. Or they're enjoying their coffee. The shift feels like stepping out of a movie you thought was real and realizing you were the director all along. You were creating the plot, casting the characters, writing the dialogue. And if you're the director, that means you can call cut anytime you want. This isn't about positive thinking or pretending everything is fine. Sarah's boss really did send an ominous-sounding email. Your partner really might be processing something. But there's a difference between acknowledging what's happening and adding layers of meaning that torture you. Here's what changes everything. You don't actually know what most things mean. That email. You don't know. That tone of voice. You don't know. That look across the room. You definitely don't know. And that not knowing, which initially feels scary, becomes the doorway to freedom. Because if you don't know what it means, then maybe it doesn't mean what you feared. Maybe it doesn't mean anything at all. Maybe it's just an email, just a tone, just a look. Sarah could have spent her weekend differently. She could have noticed her mind starting to write the story and gently said, "I don't actually know what this means yet." She could have felt the discomfort of uncertainty without adding the suffering of her imagination. The email would have remained the same 7 words, but her weekend would have been her own. This is the foundation of a different way of seeing. When you truly grasp that your thoughts are creating your experience, you stop arguing with reality and start noticing the arguments you're having with your own interpretations. You realize you've been boxing with shadows, fighting meanings you assigned, defending against threats you invented. The relief is immediate and profound. It's like you've been carrying a backpack full of rocks, and suddenly you realize you can set it down. The rocks were never part of the landscape, they were something you picked up and decided to carry. This doesn't mean you become passive or stop caring about things. It means you respond to what's actually happening instead of what you're afraid might be happening. You still prepare for the meeting with your boss, but you don't pre-live a catastrophe. You still have the conversation with your partner, but you don't have it alone in your head first, assigning them lines they never said. Your mind is still going to do what minds do: create meaning, tell stories, project fears. That's okay. That's what minds do. But now you know the secret. You're wearing tinted glasses. And once you know you're wearing them, you have a choice. You can notice the tint. You can remember that the color you're seeing might say more about the lens than the landscape. Every moment becomes an opportunity to catch yourself, to notice the story being written, to step back from the movie you're directing. Not with judgment, "I'm doing it again," but with a kind of gentle amusement. "Oh, look at that. My mind is writing another story. I wonder what's actually here if I set the story down." This is how we begin to see clearly. Not by forcing different thoughts or pretending we don't feel what we feel, but by recognizing that we're the ones adding the color, the meaning, the weight. The world itself, it's far more neutral than we ever imagined. And in that neutrality lies our freedom. If this felt grounding, you're welcome to like the video and subscribe. No rush. Just a gentle way to stay connected as we continue. Let's allow what we've explored to settle more deeply now. Find a comfortable position. And when you're ready, let your eyes gently close. Take a breath. Not a special breath, just a normal one. Notice how your body knows exactly what to do. Feel where your body meets the chair or floor. Feel the weight of you, held without any effort on your part. Now bring to mind something small that bothered you today. Maybe a comment someone made. Maybe something that didn't go as planned. Don't look for something big. Something small is perfect. Notice how even now, remembering it, your mind wants to add to it, to explain it, to figure it out. That's okay. That's what minds do. But just for now, see if you can notice the story your mind is telling about this small thing. The meaning it's adding. The weight it's creating. And now, very gently, imagine you could set that story down. Like setting down a book you've been reading. The event remains, but the story about it can rest. Feel what happens in your body when you set the story down. Maybe your shoulders soften. Maybe your breath deepens. Maybe nothing changes. And that's okay too. You might remember those tinted glasses we talked about. The ones that color everything we see. Just for this moment, imagine you could take them off. Not forever. Just for now. What's it like to sit here without the stories, without the meanings? Just you, breathing. Just this moment, being what it is. If your mind picks the story back up, that's natural. No need to fight it. Just notice, oh, I'm wearing the glasses again, and gently, when you're ready, set them down once more. There's nothing you need to figure out right now. Nothing you need to solve. Just this breathing. Just this moment. Just you. Here. Without the extra weight of all those meanings. Rest here as long as you like. And when you're ready, take a deeper breath. Feel your body again, and whenever it feels right, let your eyes open softly. Welcome back. We're glad you practiced with us today. If it's helpful, a free digital copy of A Course in Miracles is available via the link in the description. You're also welcome to leave a short comment like, "I am grateful. Thank you for spending this time with me today," exploring how we create our own experience moment by moment. As you move through your day, be gentle with yourself when you notice your mind writing its stories. That noticing itself is the beginning of freedom. Until next time, may you see with clearer eyes and a lighter heart.